Hey guys, what's going on? Vincent back in the garage with the tiny whiteboard from Fit to Succeed. We're going to be talking about counting calories and I'm going to break it down Barney style. So let's go ahead and get into it. Hopefully it's a quick video, but I'm a talker. Alright guys, so counting calories is difficult. It is hard to do, but if you're serious about losing weight, again, this can go with gaining weight, but I'm going to gauge it more towards losing weight. But if you're serious about losing weight, this is the way to do it. I'm gonna break it down to you step by step, and then I'm gonna show you a quick, tiny little demonstration on the easiest way to get to these steps other than meal prep. So first, it's important, this is just a base. That's a general idea. Everybody is different, everybody's body is different. But when counting calories, women, you do not want to go below 1200, and men, you do not want to go below 1800. The reason for that is it's just a danger on your nutrients. Your body can lose its nutrients from that, your bones, your joints, and all that. But like I said, it varies per person. This is just a baseline. So when counting calories, the first thing you should do is find your maintenance calories. Your maintenance calories is basically how much do I need to eat to stay where I'm at and not go anywhere, not lose, not gain. The easiest way to do that is going to be multiply your body weight by 13. The number 13 comes from one of the formulas basically saying 13 means you're not exercising at all. If you are exercising, you can multiply it by 15. If you're exercising like 5 or 6 days a week, you would multiply your body weight by 18. But personally, I'm just going to go with 13 because as much as I do exercise, I still feel like it's not enough for some reason. So we're just going to pretend I don't exercise. Now, the example I have here is 200 pounds, which is what I weigh roughly around that area. So I'm going to do 200 times 13, which equals 2,600. So that means I need to eat 2,600 calories every day to stay at 200 pounds. But the goal is to lose weight. So in order to do that, normally you want to take away 500 calories or 1,000 from that maintenance calorie that you found out. I like slow and steady, especially when it comes to losing weight, because that's how you develop your habits. So what we're gonna do is we're only gonna take away 300 from that 2,600, which gives us 2,300 calories a day in order to lose weight, and lose weight slowly but effectively. All right, so let's go ahead and break down our caloric deficit, meaning lower calorie, and we're gonna break that down within our macronutrients from our protein, fats, and carbs. So in order to count your calories, there's two ways to do it. You can just count your total calories of 2,300 daily and basically just say, okay, well, I had this, it was this much calories. Or you can break it down into macronutrients, which is what we're doing here. Macronutrients are your protein, fats, and carbs. So ideally, the average is you want to eat 1 gram of protein per body weight. And this is mainly if you don't want to lose a lot of muscle. You're going to lose muscle either way, but this is mainly so you don't lose a lot of muscle or a lot of strength. So I'm going to eat 200 grams of protein every day because I weigh 200 pounds, which means the amount of calories that are in 200 grams of protein is 800 calories because we multiplied 4 times 200. The 4 is the amount of calories per gram. So now that I have 800 calories that I will be consuming daily, we have to take away the 800 from the 2,300 because 2,300 is our weight loss calories for the day, which leaves us with 1,500 calories left. Keep in mind, this is just an example. Next, we got our protein intake already. We know we're gonna have 200 grams or 800 calories, however you want to see it. Now let's go into our fat. The average for fat is 0.25 grams of fat, or of the average fat intake is 0.25 grams per pound. I weigh 200 pounds. I need to take 0.25 of that 200, which means 0.25 times 200, and that gives us 50 grams per day of fat. Now this is healthy fat, okay? Not like a white pasta, or you want like a whole wheat, whole grain. Avocado, everybody knows that. Not everybody, but Avocado is a common healthy fat. Either way, it's still bad. Point being, you want to take that 0.25, multiply that by 200 because that's how much I weigh, which gives me 50 grams. Now, how many calories is that? Well, 9 calories per 1 gram for fat. So if there's 50 grams, we multiply that by 9, which gives us 450 calories. Now we take 450 from what we had left of the protein, and that gives us 1,050 calories left. So then that's when we come up to the carbs. So the carbs are last because the fat is, we need to have roughly 0.25. And it's been said for women, you want to be a little higher to probably about 0.5, you know, half a gram per pound. It's roughly for women just because the way they carry their fat in their chest and in their hips. But we're just going to stick with the 0.25. Anyway, so after we figured our fat out, we have 1,050 left. So the rest of that is going to be our carbs. So out of that 1,050 calories, we need to figure out how many grams that's going to equal. So there's 4 calories for every 1 gram of carb. So all we're going to do is divide 1,050 divided by 4, and that equals 262 grams of carbs per day. Now, after you do this, depending on how often you eat, it's going to dictate how you break up your meals. So we're just going to stick with something simple like 3 meals a day and go from there. So if we're going to eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner, we need to figure out, okay, well, these are my totals that I need to have per day, so let's break it up. So for my protein, which was 200 grams per day, divide that by 3 because there's 3 meals in a day. Each meal has to have 66 grams of protein per day. Each meal, 66 grams of protein. You do the same thing with the others. So our fats, 50 divided by 3, because 50 grams per day, we're dividing that by 3 meals, is 16 grams of fat per day. And then we do the carbs, 262 grams per day, divide that by 3 meals a day, that's 87 grams of carbs a day. So this is the main thing here that you want to look at after you do this little math. It does not take a long time to do this. You just literally sit down for 30 minutes and make sure your numbers are right. It's really gonna take less than 30, honestly, like 5. But I take a while because I like to double, triple, and quadruple check my work. So now, after you find this out, let's go into a very easy way on how to count calories. I'm gonna take you to my fun little table and I'm gonna show you my scale, all that fun stuff. All right, guys, so we went over how to find your calories. Really quickly, that's just a baseline. Everybody's gonna vary based on their goals or their likes and dislikes on foods. Some people like higher carb diets, some people like higher fat diets. Either way, as long as you're within that calorie range, you should ideally be fine. So don't stress it too much. Don't focus so much on the numbers as like, oh, I have to meet the 2,300, I'm not gonna lose weight. Don't freak out on it if you do or don't. Just make that a goal and work towards it slowly. Just like I said in my weight loss video, you gotta slowly make the changes and slowly climb the ladder, and this will result in long-term weight loss, as well as long-term habits and discipline. So let's go ahead and get into a very low budget, 3rd grade demonstration on how to weigh out your calories or your carbs or your fats. So this is my food scale here, all right? And this is gonna be the food I cooked. So I cooked a bowl of protein, I cooked a bowl of fats, I cooked a bowl of carbs, and I placed them in 3 different bowls. This is the way I prefer to do it because I don't like measuring out my meals and then placing them in a Tupperware in a fridge and then going from there. It kind of just depends if I'm on the go. But if I'm at home, I have my food in there. It's mainly in 3 bowls, 1 protein, 1 fat, 1 carb. So what you're going to do, these are carrots. It's not real protein, not real fat, it's not real carb. One, it's a carb. Anyway, these are just demonstrations. Don't freak out. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is, I know it was 66 grams of protein. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take some from my protein bowl and I'm gonna place it on my scale. Now it's at fluid ounces, so you need to make sure it says unit. Every scale is a little different. Mine's gonna say unit, so I'm gonna press unit until it says grams. So that's a pound, this is grams. So what I'm gonna do is take my protein, place it on there, and right now it says only 5 grams. Okay, well I only have 5 grams. I might as well grab some more from my protein bowl until I reach 66 grams of protein. Once I reach my 66 grams of protein, I ran out of carrots. It's only 33 grams, but once I reach my 66 grams of protein for that meal, I will grab my protein and I will place it inside of my bowl. This is a bowl. Cool. Now, I got my protein in there. Now let's go to the fats. Once I got my protein inside my bowl, I'm gonna get my fats. And I think it was something like 17 grams per meal. So I'm gonna grab this, make sure it's at grams and make sure it's on 0. If it's not on 0, there's usually a button that says 0 out. It also says tare, depending on the scale you have. So you're gonna push 0 or tare. Boom, it's at 0 now. Now we get our fats, boom, place it on. Once it reaches our desired grams, place that into a bowl. Same thing with our carbs. Once it reaches your desired grams, place that into your bowl, and now you have your meal. All right, guys, that was the best way I can explain it. And for me personally, I like doing things which is called Barney style that I learned in the military. Basically, you break it down as simple as possible because you never know how people learn. So you got to break it down to the simplest form. And then the ones that can learn it better will learn it faster. Those that can't will have to learn it slower. But this was a quick demonstration on how to count calories, how to find your baseline for calories and go from there. So if you're looking to lose the weight and you're looking to count your calories and your macronutrients, then yes, try it this way. It's gonna vary based on your energy. Like sometimes your energy is gonna be really low. Then that means your caloric intake isn't proper, which means you either added wrong, multiplied wrong, or maybe you needed to multiply your body weight by 15 or 18 to get the right calories. But we did it by 13. So you gotta kind of base it on how you feel and things like that. It varies. Diet is just something that varies for everybody based on their foods, their likes, their dislikes, their energy levels, where they work, where they don't work, how active are they throughout the day aside from actually working out. So don't think just because it works for one person it's going to work for the other. But if it's something you want to try, go ahead and give it a shot. And don't forget to like, subscribe. I think there's a bell icon thingy you can click to tell you when I upload a video. Mainly I'm trying to upload programs, but every now and then I'll squeeze in some kind of knowledge-based weight loss, weight gain type of thing. All right, guys, so that was a quick demonstration on how to portion out your meals based on the food scale, how to weigh everything out. If it is something you enjoyed, or if there's something you want me to discuss more about, go into more depth, or even another topic, feel free to put it down in the comments. If you want to ask me a question, drop the comment. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and also check out my Teespring Fit to Succeed apparel. Shirts are actually pretty cool. There's leggings, there's sweaters, all that fun stuff. We'll go ahead and see you guys in the next video. And yeah, we'll catch you later.